basically been hijacked by the Ben Stokes news. England are playing in a World Cup semi-final on Thursday. They could be winning a World Cup on Sunday. And unbelievably, the men start a T20 series against India on Wednesday. There is no time to draw breath. So until we hear from the very, very top of the ECB, who have been really quiet, we don't know what they're thinking.
An urgent question in the House of Commons.
Which means, because McCullum is now head coach of all three formats, Michael, he now has to focus on that. Harry Brookett, he was given the captaincy, and I know what you said there, would then be captain in all three formats unless they took the white ball off him. And then the final thing that you mentioned with Stokes' retirement is a simple player and balance of the team issue. They lose a fast bowling all-rounder.
Would simply overwhelm.
They are rarer and rarer.
To be honest,
and
we are looking
and how they balance this team now is going to be a real headache
I think that is a better way to do it. I appreciate
for McCullum, whoever the captain is, Marcus North, the selector, Rob Key. How they balance this team now is really quite tricky.
Thanks very much. Good evening.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've had a restart, but I think the restart needs a reset. It's not like Ben Stokes, Andrew Flintoff, Ian Botham. They make your life as a selector so much easier. I look at someone like Shoaib Bashir, who got quite nicely at Trent Bridge, but it's been a little project for the England team over the course of the last couple of years. He may struggle because, you know, he got into the side this week because the all-rounder was there in Ben Stokes, the team bowling all-rounder. He obviously didn't play at the Oval for the reason that Ben Stokes wasn't there. So I do think the Ben Stokes retirement will affect someone like Shoaib Bashir, who's just an off-spin who backed 11. He was very good in the field this week, but you know, having an off-spin about 11 when you haven't got your all-rounder will be a huge luxury. So look, it's going to be very, very difficult. Clearly, someone like Rayan Ahmed, who's a leg spin in all-rounder, will probably get pushed quite firmly. There are one or two younger all-rounders around the country that will fancy their chances, but fundamentally, I think England will probably have to play test match cricket for the short term with 4 bowling options, and maybe use Jacob Bethel and Joe Root as the fifth and kind of big combine, depending on right hand, left hand, who's out there at the time. But it's a huge hole for English cricket to fill in terms of the all-rounder that is obviously retired. And more so, I just think his mentality changes. You know, he has driven this team on many occasions, and it's not only been when he's the captain. You go back to 2019, you go back to the World Cup in 2019 as well, getting England over the line. You go to the T20 World Cup against Pakistan at the MCG, he got England over the line. He's an incredible cricketer, and that kind of mentality and that drive and that determination rubs off on other players in the group. I don't see anyone at the minute having that same effect on this English cricket.
And we should end with those memories of I was watching a great montage that Sky did earlier, because he did give us two of the greatest afternoons that an English cricket fan has ever had over the last 40 years, really. Don't think about me, really. 40 years of watching it. I mean, 45 years of watching cricket. The final from that innings at Headingley. But actually, even those two, you know, the day before the innings at Headingley, he produced a phenomenal bowling spell.